Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the replay crew. Welcome to anyone new to the menagerie. Yes, it is Wednesday. No! I just about made that mistake with my medication. I kept thinking it was Wednesday, and I'm looking at my medication going, my lunchtime meds, and I'm going, Wednesday, go to take Wednesday. See Tuesday's over there, and I'm thinking, why did I not take my pills yesterday? And then my brain was like, duh, today's Tuesday. Don't take Wednesdays and screw yourself up for the rest of the week because you'll be looking at Tuesdays going, what day did I miss? So yeah, welcome on a for fuck's sake. No wonder why I think it's Wednesday. I have the kids today, but I don't have them tomorrow. And so my last day of the week I usually have them is Wednesday. So look at the title of the show. I'll change that later. But Winter Wednesday just sounded so much better than Too Cold Tuesday. So, yeah. So so now my brain is going to constantly think it's Wednesday today. I'm kind of glad it's not. I got too much shit I got to finish. I'm almost done I redid the pyramids because I thought this size was going to be a little bit too big for, I'm sure other people have made things for their surgeons and their doctors, this might be too big. So I'm making one very similar in about this size. So yeah. That way they could just shove it on a desk, shove it in a drawer, whatever, But I know I've done something nice. Yeah, it's here. We'll do this. And this isn't the full size of the mold, so it'll be a little bit bigger than this, and not quite bright as this one. This is I call it ashtray pink. So gave my friend one of these for her birthday yesterday. She's all excited. She goes, she saw it in the tissue, I guess, and before she even opened it, she goes, "Oh my God. Hey, Israel, how are you?" And she saw it and she was like, "Is this one of those things she's been putting on Facebook?" And she loves pink. Thank God, because this is really, really pink. But, I get enough people in here, I'm going to ask a question, see what they think of what I'm thinking of doing, because I've got some that are flawed, imperfect, made them just to see what the color scheme looks like, something to keep me busy. I'm okay. I'm counting the days down till Monday's surgery, but after this, I got to start packing for tomorrow's trip for a post-op appointment. Yay! I have to be in downtown Seattle I would like to be there. I'd like to leave Bellingham. Not Bellingham. Oh, God, that's a hell of a drive. Bellevue by 8 o'clock. Cross over Mercer Island and get to Seattle. Of course, that's going to be right there during morning traffic. Thank you, Israel. I'll get through it. I'm just not looking forward to all the procedures I got to do to get through it. The drains that I'm going to have attached to me, so that's going to make sleeping tough. Try to, did she leave? Yeah, she left. I can take this apart. Yeah. All the drains that are going to be attached. I'm not looking forward. Oh, I'm on the thing. I'm not looking forward to any of that at all. So, yeah, that's not going to be my idea of fun. I got to take the little one's bed apart. I had to set my alarm for 6 o'clock this morning. She had to be up and ready so her dad can come get her for daycare. And she didn't want to leave. But put her bed away so the cats don't sleep on it. But yeah, if more people show up, I'm still going to run by an idea, but I'm going to wait for other people to show up. Israel, I made the mistake of looking up YouTube videos on what they do to you and how it's done, and I about threw up. Good thing I'll be asleep for that one. But I have had more surgeries than I've been sick in my life. Yeah, I very rarely do I get sick. But I've got more missing body parts than probably most people out there. I'm running out of things to take out that I can live without. So, oh goodness, it's a little warm in this room because I had the window open and the heat up because she had to sleep with the heat on while I cook ice. So that's what my brain's been thinking of. It's been like, okay, there's a bunch of shit you got to get done. So I get these pyramids done. I'm going to clean off my counter. What I've been doing all my work in the kitchen because it's typically too cold in here. Get that all cleaned off before I have to go in next week. And get everything put away in here. And it's tough when you're ADHD because you look at a task and you're like, oh my God, that is so big. And then it's just like, I don't have the right fucking microphone in. Can you guys hear me? It just dawned on me because I had to unplug this to print me out some lined paper. Let's see. Let's see if this is any better. Hold on. Oh, where did I go? Okay. Hey, Ben. Let's see. I think I have. Okay, good. Yeah, I want to make sure I had the right microphone in. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to plug that thing in. So I had to take it, and unfortunately that whatever it's called, laser printer, I think, the one that takes those toner cartridges, you pretty much have to dress yourself in a black plastic bag to change them, or you'll have black powder everywhere. It's not Bluetooth, so I have to attach it to there when I want anything printed. So I printed out lined paper this morning. So, where'd you go, Snicker? Oh, she's looking for, now she's going to be butthurt. Because I put her stuff away. She was sleeping on this. But I want to get all this stuff done. But I was thinking, and once I start feeling better again, with all these like random pyramids, either put it up on Facebook or go live here, because some of them are in good shape. There's nothing wrong with them other than this thing it looks radioactive. And there's some that have little mistakes on them. Selling them here, doing a day of selling them on YouTube, or maybe put some up on Facebook if locals want them. Just not a whole lot of money, just shipping and a couple of bucks just to cover the resin that I use, so I can get more resin so I can make some more. So I was thinking of doing that. I don't know. I think I'm done. So yeah, it was a It's not the easiest to do sitting down. Fine. Once I get it out of it, it'll be a lot easier to take care of. But yeah. Oh, so many things going through my brain. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Maybe if I can, worry about someone else, I'll quit worrying about me. I could be sending positive energies to other people instead of me wondering about tubes. But it'll be over with soon enough, which will be good, because I want to be back into my regular self by September, definitely by September, but by summer. So I'll have the daycare kids during full days, and boys, I plan to be going to the mountains with them instead of having them be stuck somewhere. I hate putting them on devices, but right now here is about the only place they can play with them, because they got their self in trouble. So the oldest, if he flunks that class, he doesn't get screen time until the next quarter starts. So, are those little twisty ones? Those were a pain in the butt. It'd come out and get lodged right there, and then you're sitting there shaking the machine, and then someone comes back and looks at you. Yeah, cat. I don't think I've got one she's down here, nestling herself in the sun. Yeah, they used to have them at the YMCA. Yeah, and you're just sitting there shaking the shit out of them, and then someone comes around the corner looking at you like, "What the hell are you doing?" Yeah. And I haven't. It's been a long time since I've worked in a place that had like a snack machine or a pop machine. The last place I worked for, they had them at the school, but not, they don't. I think I worked there a year or so before they decided to take them out and go for the healthy option. And then the last place I worked for 9 years, it was a grocery store, so we didn't need those. When I worked for the state in a building that's no longer going to be there. Yeah. Yep. They always give you that picture of the machine falling over a stick person. Yep. We'd go on our break. We'd go to the main building if we were out in the cottages, and ask people around, do you want me to grab a pop, or what? Back when they were 50 cents, do you want me to grab you a pop or whatever thing, And so one of the people I was working with handed me 50 cents, and he goes, "Do me." And so, I went up there and said, "All right." Went up there, got the pops, came back, handed him his pop, and went, "You've been done." And he was like, "Oh, that was good." So yeah, that was the last time I really worked at a place that I actually had to use one of those machines. But so that job was nice. I liked it. Good money. Tore up my back. Had to quit. I was not. I'm still suffering from that one. My shoulder blade, the PT wasn't sure. They said anywhere from an inch to an inch and a half away from your spine, my shoulder blade was, than it's supposed to be. And instead of it being at that slight angle, it was straight up and down. Oh, God, that hurt. And where's the green bag now? Remember the PT goes, "You got 2 knots in your back." Hey, 7th. Physical therapist goes, "You have 2 knots in your back." I said, "Oh, yeah, they have names. One's Nathan, one's Steven. Those are my kids' names." So I said, yeah, that's why I have 2 knots in my back. And she thought that was funny. So, yeah. So I get this thing put away so I don't have to trip over it because I have this all cleaned up today, and the cat's not going to be happy because I'm taking her spot away. All 18 pounds of her, all the blankets that have been down. But I can't, after surgery for a while, I can't afford to trip because I'm not going to have I won't have this arm to brace myself with. And I don't know how this arm's going to go because, well, if they're going to add to what they take out, I'm going to have them be equal. I don't want one side longer than the other. I want them where they should be. Hey, Brazzy, how you doing, hon? You guys staying warm up there? Good Lord. Now I've just got, don't watch yourself fold this on the screen or you'll never get it right. I'm sitting there watching myself trying to fold it without looking at it. That was a mistake. But yeah, so I'm not going to probably have a whole lot of arm movement for a while. That's what I got to. So I got to make sure I don't have any blankets on the floor, as much as the cat hates the idea. But she just loves it after the baby's been here because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blankets here, not counting the one she brings. So she has her comfy, cozy bed. So I have to get them all folded and put them up in the closet today. I won't. Oh. But no, I'll run this by you too. You and Seventh, Brazzy. I said it earlier. I was thinking once I start to get into a little bit better movement. Oh yeah, at least she makes it quick. My Golden would love to just stand outside and let the breeze blow through his tail. It was like, come on, it's 2:00 in the morning. I gotta go back to sleep. Let's go. Of either doing it on Facebook or doing it live here, but like I've got all these. I got a bunch of these that are like this one's in really, it's great, but I decided it was a little too. This one was a little too pink, and the other ones I did were too tall. So having like a sale on a live, have people pay shipping and just like a couple of bucks just so I could, for with the resin and the coloring I put in it, just to get it, so I could afford more resin to make some more. So I was thinking of that idea once I feel a little bit better, and which it gives me a goal to feel a little bit better. So, and gets rid of them at the same time. Because somewhere, I'm not sure, with all these blankets thrown around everywhere, there's that box of ones I have that I made. Some have a couple little flaws in them, like, I think it's out in the living room, though, where I didn't catch the fact that I dribbled some color down the side when I was adding it to it. So when I'm back here. I don't think that, yeah. Like down in here, like this one, it's got a little dab where it dribbled. Okay, yeah. Put it up there, even if I do like a Facebook Live, or just find a way to video them and put them up there. Yeah. I like the word opinion. Yeah, I don't even really care what people say anymore. I'm to that age. But yeah, I might do it both ways. Maybe put it up on Facebook first and then put some up on here, but yeah, it's really cool. It's got, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to do this effect again. And I didn't mean to do this effect again, but the bottom, I mean, the green is kind of wavy instead of being smooth and flat because it was too warm. I got the stuff too warm, and then when I mixed it, it got even warmer because it has its chemical reaction. And so it started to cure just as I was getting it in it. It came out really weird, but yet cool at the same time. And I'll probably never be able to do it again. But yeah, it's just a little amethyst on top, and then the green, and then the copper and the amethyst. So yeah. And then this thing just, it's so pink. It's so ashtray pink. Forget that. One of those colors are supposed to be bubblegum, and I think it did a pretty good job on being bubblegum. So, yeah. And then might put some on Instagram. And oh God, since this was curious about other places since this TikTok shut down and may shut down again, I went to Threads. Oh my God. I feel, I don't know. And maybe it's just my personality. I don't, they'll be like, I'm proud of people. There's people, I'm so many days sober, which is great. Fabulous. I'm proud of you for doing that. But you got people who are going, well, I'm this, or this is my artwork. Please, please like it for me. Please clap for me. And I'm like going, oh my God, people, has your self-esteem been eaten up that bad? Just, it's like, it kills me. I'm like, just put it out there. Say, hey, I'm proud of myself for being so many days sober. Instead of, I'm so many days sober, please hit the like for me. And I'm like, that may be something that comes with age too. I don't know. But oh yeah, it's definitely, there's a little bit bigger one. That's the same colors that I did the same thing to. But I think it's out in the living room. I have these things everywhere. I got like some in the bathroom, living room, any place that I've got by the TV, any place where usually electronics sit, I have them because they're supposed to supposedly help with the EMF radiation. The guy who, what's his name, came up with this, it starts with an R, I think, had a booth that people could go in. This was back in the 50s. They could go in and sit in, and they would heal. They'd start to feel better, and the government made them shut it down. So, and God forbid anything that helps us, our government says, no, you can't do that. And so, lately, the big thing everybody's been saying is, yeah, it is. The poor guy who had the gas engine. Well, Pentagon came in and met him for lunch, and he told this is how the story goes. He told the people at the diner, they've killed me. They basically poisoned. And then you go on social media now, and you got people. It's all over of Elon Musk's. He's making the Hitler sign. I'm like, wow, you people are the poster child of I didn't fucking pay attention. I let someone else tell me what happened. I can't. Even people on my TikTok that I have followed up, they're gone. I can't do it. It's like, watch the whole clip, then make your decision. Not cut it. Watch what someone else has cut down for you and you've watched. I mean,
he was giving his heart to America, you know. And people forget he's autistic. He's got Asperger's. He's public how'd you put it? Awkward in public, you know. So, and nobody thinks about that. They're just like, well, he did the, the mustachio sign, and I'm like, oh my God, people. Mm. I'm like, get the full picture. I don't care which side it's on. Get the goddamn full picture. I mean, 'cause I look at people who will just read the headline, or just 60% of the population, all they do is read the headline and never read anything else. Those to me are the population that likes to sit in their little box right in the center and not think. They can't even think towards the walls of the box. They're stuck right there in the center going, oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, what, the shit you're feeding me is true. Yeah. Mm. Well, I always taught the kids, think critically. Or if they did something stupid, I said, explain to me. And I even do that to the daycare kids now. Give me the logic and why you did that. I love the 13-year-old now. I just get this blank look like, I don't know. Then I'm like, why did you do it? I don't know. So, yeah, they are. A lot of them are. Oh, I think I think these outlets are gonna start getting sued more and more often. Because didn't they go after someone go after The View? I think to the point I never got really into it. I just heard something that yeah, I know they need to be put in their place. Um that they're not renewing, but we'll see if it's real or not. They're not renewing Whoopi and Joy's contract. So, and then Sunny outed her own husband, and now he's under a federal RICO charge, I think, for insurance fraud. And I'm like, you all are talking about someone who did what a lot of people in real estate do, like it's a bad thing, but they don't. How does the thing go? The verse go, don't take the sliver out of someone else's eye until you take the plank out of your own. Yep. Yeah. Oh, she outed him right there on air. And I was just, and it's like, what was it? The thing they were going after Orange Man for that realty thing, and saying, well, he inflated the worth of the business so he could get a bigger loan, which he paid off with interest, already paid off and back done. They went after him, but they didn't go after Jon Stewart, who did the same damn thing. It's like, yeah, no. I saw the perfect meme. I don't care which side is in control. I don't want to be controlled. Plain and simple. I've too many to count. Too many to count. Started when I was a kid. And hubby says they just follow me wherever I go. Started as a kid with the little old lady who died in my bedroom, which the room that became my bedroom. And you could hear her shuffling her little slippers at nighttime to everybody's room to make sure they were asleep. Yeah. The other day, every now and then I see how you look at a falling star and it has that streak on the dots, the little pieces that are falling off the star. I'll see that. I've seen that 3 times now since Mr. Bath and Body Works over here has crossed. I just saw it the other day, but rather than have, usually you see that when you look at a star and it's going downwards, this stuff goes upwards. I was in the kitchen going, "Oh, you are still around." But yeah, things move, things I've been walked through twice. That's wild. Yeah. Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, they don't want it to be they don't want people to have a hope that there's actually something, religion will control you, with the way they want you to hope on what's going to happen next. Uh, a lot of the people in power want to control you that, okay, um, it's not real, nothing happens, you know, so that some people don't have the hope, so they live miserably and they're easier to control. So it's it's odd. They don't want people to realize that, and how do I word this so it actually makes 2 ounces of sense? By letting people figure out on their own that yes, this is just a meat suit, that they have the power to manifest what they want rather than rely on the government or religion to tell you what you can and cannot have. You know, oh yeah, how did everything we see sits at a vibrational frequency, and we see it as existing, but another dimension doesn't see it as exist. I need to here. Let me write in my glasses so I can actually here so I can read it better. Oh my God, these are filthy. Yeah, yeah. You know, there's they only want you to have faith in what they want, what they can control you with. But yeah, they're bad. Oh God, they're bad. Um, yeah, if they can control you, they'll say, okay, well, you can't see this, but you need to trust that it's there. Or, um, unlike they'll say like having faith in a higher power. You can't see that, but you know it's there and you know it's not looking after you. But on their conditions. And people can understand that because they realize I can't see the air, but I know it's here for me, if that makes any sense. And then people who don't want you to know that there is something beyond this little place will discourage you, try to especially when they're younger children, when the kids have the higher ability than the adults have, they'll squash that so they forget they have that ability anymore. I need to talk to the 9-year-old more about that gentleman. I don't know if she's seeing a hat man or what. You know, I told her, don't let anybody tell you what you're not, what your experience isn't real, because it's real. Oh, but oh yeah, I'm I'm slowly teaching daughter as that there are more things that we can't see, especially as in this corner of my house. Uh, this has a walkway 2 steps down to where it was part of the old garage, and is now the laundry room. And then this has the doorway to the stairs to go down. No wind, no nothing, no windows open, nothing moving. And the shells that are on this little corner over here of a seashell wind chime that I got years ago from Payless, that's all it is, starts moving by itself. She had her back to it, and I'm like going, I told her, turn around. What wind is going? I said, someone likes spaghetti. Because there for a while, every time I made spaghetti, those shells started moving. So, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are that way. And then some of them, when they do see it, they don't know how to comprehend it. So they still don't believe it. Like those plasmoids that, people have been seeing. I saw them a couple years ago, and so did her and the now 13-year-old, I think he was 9. All three of us saw it. Broad daylight. So, I've been making a really good point to really pay attention to things. The sky, the trees, just everything outside, because this doesn't go with me when I die. What's in here goes with me. So I'm doing my best to absorb as much as I can. I mean, really, really absorb it, not just look at, oh yeah, but really take the time to absorb it. Yep. I've done that. I haven't done it in a long, long time, but I've been able to do that, and I've been able to see. Um, oh God, this was horrid. This was years ago. Someone had um an imp. I call them an imp. Not we're not talking like Game of Thrones imp. I mean just a little thing that looked kind of like Dobby from uh how they made him look in Harry Potter, but worse. That was tied to this. It was tied to a post at this house in Tennessee, and so the people in the house were having problems, and I could see that, and I could tell them. I said, "It's not you guys; it's something that's there." And I tried to describe it to him. What? Oh, the remote viewing, uh, how it's tied with God. It's our soul. Easy. We can travel because this is just temporary. It's we have if we're strong enough, we have the ability to, see other things. Um, Almost like, I guess you could say, almost like on the quantum level going on. Um, I haven't had the time lately, but I used to lay there in bed in the morning and ask, what can I see before I fully wake up? And I've seen different places and um, things that made me uncomfortable. Uh, like a God, I can't even describe the green. An old 40s green, like poker room, but there were small children in another room in the back. Um, being able to see that kind of stuff started after 9/11, because even to the point where they had someone go visualize Mars in a different time frame. There's talk that some of these people who have mysteriously died of heart attacks, you had a um, remote assassin could go in while the person's asleep and cause them to have a heart attack, and then exit, and they're It looked like natural causes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um, trying to remember. I've heard about Project Stargate, but my brain, I hear that word on, and my poor brain immediately goes to Stargate SG-1. Um, but yeah, the architect. Um, that takes me to the Matrix. But yeah, I consider like the highest of God with a big G, prime creator, source. I mean, oh God, I haven't watched that in ages. Every time I watch that, I would compare it to a setting you'd see in the X Files because it was all done at the same place. So God, I watched that. I couldn't get into the other one that they had. I watched it. I watched Atlantis, and then there was another one that was so blurry on Netflix I couldn't watch it. My attitude is there is a designer, whether and if everything's mathematic as are we in a matrix? Are we that little world on someone cat's next marble and some bigger people are playing marbles with our universe? I mean, I did too. Yeah. The ending of Atlantis was okay since they had to work through that writer's strike and everything. Yeah, that is just I would part of me would love to have some DMT, but I've heard people say you get seizures, you shit yourself, you do all this other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good there. I'll pass on that one. But yeah, if everything works out on a mathematical code, something like the Fibonacci sequence you see in uh shells, I see it in like the center of daisies or sunflowers or stuff like that. Um, I need to seriously sit down and listen to um, Cooper's all his talks on Mystery Babylon. For the code, the only time I learned about the code was someone was on DMT. I never do meditate. My brain can't focus on one thing for too long. It squirrels off and is gone. But yeah, I watched them because they had that laser on the wall, and people were like sitting up, leaning up against the wall, looking into it. Yeah. When I was younger, I thought I was just acting in a movie. That's all this was just acting. Being a human was just acting. We just happen to know what to say. It's like I'm oddly as this sounds, I'm looking forward to crossing. Not right now by any means, but when the time comes. Um, because I don't see it as ending. I uh I also don't I'm a firm believer in a soul farm. And I that if you look into the light, you get trapped into that soul farm thing. And my attitude is if I get to that point and I still remember what I want to take with me over there, to turn my back to the light and look at the universe and say, I want to go home. No. Oh wow. I've seen sounds okay. It's gonna sound cuckoo. But like on a gray day, or even if I'm sitting there, got the goggles on in the suntan booth, uh, it's like I look and it's like I can see little things swimming in the air, just little tiny things swimming in the air. And a few years back, I started seeing someone goes, "There's just floaters." And I'm like, I know my floaters. One of my floaters looks like a damn bullseye. Um, but sorry. Oh gosh, trying to keep up with her yesterday was um. Do you remember when you'd watch the old Casper cartoons and the ghosts around Casper would swirl and move, and I see that in in like black, see through black, moving in different spots. Now, without my contacts in, so my eyes can they relax. I first started seeing those at the cabin a few years back, and now if I lay there with my, I'll see them. They're just swirling around, moving, and it makes me think of. Um, do you know about the goggles? I know Paola remembers the goggles from Vietnam era, the first night vision goggles. They were red, and you'd have the gunmen on the helicopters. I don't know if I want to go into a tank one of these days. Um, but what they would be sitting, the gunmen would be sitting in their turrets, and they'd be shooting at what they saw with their red night vision goggles. And they said the demons and creatures and stuff they saw. I mean, I I would love to just see through that just once. Probably not. I probably shouldn't, but I'd probably just love to see through those just once. Because they're around us. And you ever, when you walk into a room, true, very, very true. Um, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Brazzy. Um, shit, where's I going? Oh, like if you're ever in a room and the tension feels so thick, you know, I don't think it's the tension. I think that you've got a bunch of upset people who these a lot of times I refer to them as the archons are there to feed off of you. So basically, there's a banquet and your dinner. So if you run into a room and there's a lot of tension and it just feels thick and it's just not right, it's the amount of other energies that are in there that using are feeding off those negative energies and ill energies, and that's why it feels so thick. And that's why you can walk into a place that's very positive. That's why it feels very light and very calming, because those what is it? They consider that in about the fourth level frequency. We're in the third. About the fourth level frequency is where they sit and feed off of you. And you know, the lighter the room is, the less of them that are in there trying to feed off of you. But that's just the way I look at it. So yeah. Hey Sandy, how are you? Yeah, we're talking about weird paranormal stuff today. Um, and those weird goggles that they had during Vietnam that they don't have anymore. Oh, I would love to get a hold of what do they call them? Not not a Dyson sphere, Dyson lens, something like that. That blue where you can see other people's auras. Um, I don't even. They've got some similar to it, but forget what. Either they've lost the patent or they can't make it anymore. Um, let's see if I can still find it. Oh, God, the right eyeball is so dirty. Um, if it'll let me open it up here to show you what I'm talking about. Because it's a thing that contains cyanide. Oh no. I think, okay. Let's see, present. There we go. These things, whatever that is, but the old lenses, like this one, you can't get anymore. And they can't make the dye anymore. So I would love to come across the. Hey, main girl, how are you? Love you too. Oh, thank you. I'm starting to get, yeah, the countdown's begun. But yes, yeah, eyes on the road. But I would love to go to some old estate sale and have people who haven't a clue what they are put one of those up for sale, but I'll probably never see them. No, just because they could usually they claimed you could see someone's aura with them on. And as a kid, I was taught to play with mine by a nun of all people. Yeah, but yeah, one of those I would have loved to run across one of those, especially these guys here. They're like old steampunk goggles. But put my glasses back on, so yeah, see where I'm at. But the other, or that, oh, there's another type of photography too. I looked into that. That wasn't exactly cheap. Yeah, I know some people can. I don't have any luck, or maybe my ADHD just doesn't let me. Um, uh, like don't sit still long enough. So there's a. I'll have to find it. I guess the proper translation of one of the lines in the Bible, basically, it goes along with that. Was it ask and you shall receive? But it goes along the lines of live like you've already received it. Yeah. If you want, say a better outlook on life, or you want to get away from the depression, start living your life like you don't have it. And, you'll slowly get your way out of it. Or if you really want something, you live, you know, like you're going to have it in the future instead of wishing you had it, knowing you're going to have it and you will eventually have it. That we all can manifest everything we want, but we're not taught that anymore. We're taught that, you have to rely on other people to do that for you. And yeah, yes, grasshopper. That show, I like that show. That was a fun show. Hey, Kristen, how are you? So, I mean, we're stronger than we think we are. And we're taught not to think, to think that we're just nothing. Um, what was it?
I would tell the daycare kid, I would always tell her, you never ever talk down about yourself. Never ever. Said other people may say stuff to you and you can dismiss it, sticks and stones, I said, but if you start talking down about yourself, that's when you cause yourself the damage. It's nobody else's fault. So you never ever talk down about yourself. I told her that when she's about 5, and it stuck. It stuck because she's like, well, Dad says I don't remember anything. I said, bullshit. I said, you know exactly where, say the crackers are, or where this toy is, or where this toy is, and you're only here 3 days a week. So don't tell me you don't remember where anything is. I said, you never ever talk down about yourself. And I have raised an alpha redheaded 9-year-old who is pushy. Oh God, she's pushy. Telling her brother, get out of my way. I'm a leader, not a follower. And I'm like, oh, I did that. So, but, so sometimes I can figure out, I can hear what people are going to say before they say it. Not very often anymore. I could do when I was younger, but then again, all when we were younger, we had more powers than we let ourselves down. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Also is, too many people nowadays, and it's just become a habit, and they don't even realize they're doing it when it comes to their children. They're instilling their own fears in the child. So, a lot of mothers don't like bugs or creepy crawly things. The kids watch that. Well, like, oh well, I can't pick that up, or I can't do, and they're learning. Their little brains are sponges. So they won't. They'll gain their whoever the adult's fear is, and it's like I used to tell the 13-year-old when they were younger, don't put your fear into your sister. You might be afraid of it, but let her experience and decide for herself not to be afraid of it. And oh, thank you, Sandy. Yes, the YouTube stuff. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that little bell for notifications. Yeah, I think I finally got through him when Nana says, don't be afraid. There's nothing to worry about. I think it finally sunk in when we were up at Rainier, and this couple was like, "Oh, there's a bear around the corner," and he's freaking out. Is the bear gonna hurt me? Is the bear gonna eat me? Is the bear gonna? We got it, got up, and he was just fascinated by that bear, and we just watched that bear ignore us like we were nothing. We weren't even there. There was people following it down the trail, and it could care less. It wanted to go into this meadow to start eating. And I looked at him and I said, I told you, it's nothing to worry about. I've seen bear up here. They don't give two shits about us people. They see people constantly. So if Nana says, don't worry, don't be afraid, you don't need to be. So, yeah. Oh, I am so, hey, crossover. And Body, I'm so glad he liked that. That was so cool. Thank you for sending me that video. That was so cool. But yeah, so now it's synced in where we're going. He doesn't like bridges, and I've been working on bridges. Not to be afraid. It's okay. There's, if my ass isn't afraid, and I already get nervous anyway, because I look down at that cold water and go, it's cold. I don't want to fall into it. He's getting better going over bridges, especially those like little cable bridges where you walk and you hold on to. This summer, I'm going to take him over a bridge that has nothing on. It's a good, like a size of a piece of plywood's what it is, painted white plywood over the river. I mean, so get him when the river's not running too high. So if he does fall in, there's like this much water. But he's getting better when I tell him, Don't be afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid, you know. Or I'll tell them, let me go first in case there's rattlesnakes. Let me go first, So it's like, and they'll worry, crack me up because they'll worry about animals. If there's an animal around, I said, you guys are too loud to have any animal around. I said, you've done scared them off. So, but yeah, I'm a firm believer that when this is over, as David Icke says, you take off what we've got on us now are like virtual reality glasses, and when we die, those glasses come off, and we see everything. And a lot of people see what they want to see, whether it is heaven, Valhalla, whatever they want to see. That's what they're gonna see. They're gonna see that for a while till they're ready to move on. If they're gonna reincarnate into something else, or go back to where they came from. There's more out there. It's like Bath and Body Works over here. He said we never got to talk about it because I never slowed down that last summer with him when we were camping to talk about it because we were going to, and then I spaced it. Now I can't talk about him. But he said he had an experience after one of the camping trips because he stayed just to enjoy the peace and quiet. And he said he had an experience not unlike the Lord of the Rings when Frodo put on the ring. You're shifted into different reality. And I wanted to ask him. I never got to ask him what he saw. He says, yeah, we'll talk about it. And we never got around to talking about it. So, and I think that's part of the reason he wasn't so afraid to control alt delete. No, I'd love to put him back together just so I could strangle him myself. But yeah. Oh, that's what I told the 11-year-old. My son's, she's my step granddaughter. It's what I consider her. She's 11. Her other grandparents took her to a funeral, and there was a good year she would not sleep by herself. But I was watching Slapped Ham. It and Mystery Archives are my new thing, and I said, don't look at these things as being scary. I said, look at them as the fact that when we cross over, there's more. We keep going. This stays. We, our soul, everything, our consciousness keeps going. It's nothing to be afraid of. Our consciousness, it's not you die, it's black, and you see nothing. We keep going without the suit. We keep going. And that actually made her feel a lot better. She understood that it's nothing really to be scared of. It's, and a lot of people are going to see more and more as the magnetosphere gets thinner and our frequencies change. If you watch, if you pay attention to the Schumann resonance. Yeah, I did. I had them so much I opened the refrigerator and went, that's where I put them. I put them in the garage in the very back. I had to pull them forward so they didn't freeze. But yeah, I had them. No, I almost had to hide the Rosemary's waffles but she finished them today. Or the 9-year-old would found frozen waffles and she will eat them frozen. She's always done it. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow earlier because then we leave early. We head out of town early. So I'm thinking probably 11:30 to 12:30 Pacific time. So that'd be what, 2:30 to 3:30 Eastern time. Yep, I gotta start packing tonight so I can get it in the car and get all the shit out of my car because we're gonna be parked by a road and I don't want anyone breaking into my car for an extra jacket. So I love you all, guys, and I will catch you tomorrow. And then when I'm back on Friday, you guys may be with me when I find the time of my surgery Friday. because they're supposed to call between 12 and 2. So, before I forget, all my love, Miss Dragon. Have a good one, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.